Okay, so this is my second attempt of filming this. My first attempt was rudely interrupted when my phone overheated and just went to the emergency screen with like a big yellow triangle on it saying that the phone needs to cool down before it can be used again. So that is an indication of how fucking hot it is today in Melbourne. If you're seeing this also, then that means that after I played it back to myself, I made the decision that the amount of sweat that is on my body right now did not translate to film. Therefore, it was acceptable for other humans to view. Today in Melbourne is, I believe, the hottest November day in some ridiculous amount of years. I heard this morning it was forecast to be just a couple of degrees less than the last record-breaking day some ridiculous amount of years ago. But I believe that it's 41 degrees right now. It's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. In central Melbourne it is 41 degrees still. I'm not sure what the highest it got to in central Melbourne city got to today, but I know like regional areas like the outback got to like 45 plus, and that's ridiculous. I don't know what that translates to as far as Fahrenheit. You guys can be the brains of the operation as far as converting Celsius to Fahrenheit, or you can just take my weather forecast of fucking hot. Either way, it's really hot. And as I was driving home, I'm still driving home, but earlier in my journey, light came on my dash saying check engine, so I was freaking out, and I had to stop at this petrol station like 40 minutes away from my house, just to try and let the car cool down a bit, and the temperature gauge was still normal, so I don't really know what I was supposed to be checking. I guess the electrics just had a little moment because of the heat, maybe. The light's gone off now, thankfully. I was kind of worried that the car was going to overheat or blow up or something, and I'd be stuck in some suburban petrol station for some unknown length of time. And given the heat, that would just be worst thing ever. Anyway, it didn't happen, so that's good. Ooh. If you saw that, then you would just have seen some fucking really bad driving. Sorry. Yeah, anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. So, yesterday, as I mentioned in my one of my recent videos, Apparently I'm a Liar, is the title. There's issues with Destiny's school and them not believing that she's sick, and yesterday it all came to a head. I had an argument with her principal, and it was kind of funny because there was other parents standing around chitty-chatting to each other, and they weren't that far away, and they actually moved closer, they didn't want to miss anything that was being said. They had to hear everything, so they actually moved closer, and I was just like, are you serious? You're gonna be that obvious about it? But yes, apparently so. Yeah, so, but it really pissed me off because I'd wonder what people think of me, because I mentioned that, when my daughter's not at school, like I have her doing like extra stuff at home. Like I have her doing extra stuff at home every day anyway. But on days where she's not at school, I have her spending the time that she would have been at school doing extra like bookwork, like maths or like writing exercises or whatever. And when I mentioned that, she was like, the principal was really shocked. And it's just like they just think like I just don't give a shit, or like I don't know what I'm doing or something, which isn't the case. Like I take my daughter's education so seriously, and yeah, like, and that's why, you know, if there's times that she can't be at school, you know, I've got her doing stuff at home. Like it's not like, you know, I just can't be fucked taking her to school and we just like kick back and watch TV all day. Like that doesn't happen. But yeah, like when I said that I have her doing bookwork and stuff, she was really surprised. I mean, you know, truth be told, the reason I have her do bookwork every day is because I'm starting to doubt how much the school is actually teaching her. I don't know, like I just think there's like some things, like my daughter's pretty on top of things. Like she's by no means struggling or, you know, bottom of the class kind of thing. She's, you know, she's quite up there regardless of the subject. She is really clever and that's fantastic. But like I always say to her, you could always be better. There's no such thing as too good or too smart. She loves those conversations, can you imagine? So yeah, I wonder like what people think of me. Like for, I don't know, it's hard to explain, and like with the heat my brain feels like it's like melting or something. I can't think of like what I'm trying to say. But it's like, yeah, just like how shocked she was when I said that I have her doing extra stuff at home. Just made me think like they really don't think very highly of me at all. Like they really think that I don't give a shit, or I'm stupid, or I don't know like how to raise my daughter or whatever, you know what I mean? They're just like taking a stereotypical young mum view on me. Like I'm one of those skanks on 16 and pregnant or something, you know? And that's not the case. And like I said in my video Fuck the Box about that lady, you know, it just it all comes back to that. Like, you know, people make sweeping judgments about people who don't fit into the standard cookie cutter image of what people should be, or what life should be, or what success is, or, you know, whatever. Every category has a cookie cutter template for, like, you know, what it's supposed to be like, and anybody who doesn't fit that stereotype is looked down on and seen as scum or something, you know. So it just pisses me off. I don't know what's gonna happen. My face is sweating so much. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what the outcome's gonna be. I really am still considering moving my daughter, but I'm trying to find a list online of like all the schools in Melbourne, but I haven't found one yet. I found some lists, but they're incomplete. Like there's schools that I know of, for example, that aren't on the list. So, and the lists aren't very big. I know that there's more than, say, 50 schools in Melbourne. Yeah, so I don't know, like I want to have a list of schools